Welcome, Quote Master Astrobate. What's up? Welcome everybody to Wednesday, Weird Wednesday, unusual opening stream. We're taking challenges as always. 7+5 casual. What's up, Astrobate? I haven't seen your submission for tomorrow night's subscriber stream. Of course, our big moment is I've got to send a message about the tournament today. So we've got a tournament tonight. It was moved from Tuesday to Wednesday. So 7 rounds, 7+5 tonight. Let me put the link out there. Let me put the. I'm a little bit sleepy yet. I'm losing my mind. This looks weird. Alright, Pondon. Horses Club. So the Tuesday tournament is now on Wednesday for this week. Sleazy, Sloth, Quick Rapid. Copy. A Nabokov quote, so we're fully literate. Nabokov later, he was a professor at like Wellesley College or something like that. Interesting. He was immigrated to the United States and he was teaching like literature at a Massachusetts college. All right. De Miguel 15 in 8 hours. De Miguel 15, my official chess stats. So we're taking challenges from subscribers first since there are no subscribers. Hint, hint. We'll take the challenges that have players who have more than 100 games. This is the guy who, last time we asked you why you had a rapid of 900. And then official chess stats. The mysterious official chess stats. It's a weird name. Okay, De Miguel. De La Soul. Alright, weird openings Wednesday. I'm a little bit chilly, guys. I might have to put on a sweater here. T-shirt is just not cutting it. All right, let's get started. Pretty cold here, around getting close to freezing in Budapest. Hungary. Weird openings Wednesday. All right, we'll start with E4. I haven't been playing a lot of E4 this couple weeks because of the World Senior. I didn't This is a weird opening, for sure. It's cold here. Didn't think I would need this. You're on break. I've got hate mail. Oh, C5. Alright, so this is funny. This transposes to a C3 Sicilian. You played E5 against a C3 Sicilian. Not a great move. I mean, Black really needs to play like knight f6 here. But this isn't that bad. It's playable. We've got 4 challenges already. Husky. Thank you for being a subscriber to the stream. Actually, Blobix, one of our former regular viewers, he used to recommend playing this, I think, for Black. All I can say about it is that it's not as bad as it looks. It seems to be playable for Black. But white is definitely better. So, knight f3 is fine. I think bishop c4 and pawn takes pawn. All of those moves are playable for me. It's hard to say, like, which of these moves is best, you know? It's basically a Smith-Morra now at this point with e5. And similar to, obviously, the, what's it called? The two knights defense. See, I think he should play knight f6, attacking my central pawn, and then allowing knight g5 and meeting g5 with the... It's not the same as the fried liver. You know, it's not as good, I think. So h6 is unnecessary. This actually reminds me of Queen's Gambit Accepted. Except the c pawn wouldn't be there. It would be like on... So where would it be? Position would be different. Like this would be over here. If it was a Queen's Gambit Accepted. Something like that. Like an e4 Queen's Gambit Accepted. So if I castle, black can play knight f6 now, and then if I take, he could play knight takes e4. And then what do I do? What am I talking about? Castles knight f6 takes on d4, takes on there, take on there. Alright, so castles is fine. Queen b3 runs into knight a5, which is a rather serious problem. No, bishop g5 is nothing. I don't know, I looked at that a long time ago. I thought I had e5 here. It's like a really weird two knights or Joko piano now. Of course, we also have just knight takes pawn. I don't know what the best move is. I mean, rook e1. Probably not, but playable. e5, d5, pawn takes c4 is bad for white, probably. So e5, d5, bishop e5, knight e4. It's really like a two knights defense or Scotch Gambit. Just knight takes d4 looks reasonable. Then knight takes e4. I don't know. Knight takes d4, knight takes e4, and there's nothing I can do. Queen h5 there. Knight takes d4, knight takes e4, queen h5. Hola, Mr. Coffee, welcome. Playing this 918. Now he claimed that he just made a bunch of games in Rapid to have a rating. So supposedly his real strength is 2000 Blitz. That seems reasonable. What's up, Mr. Coffee? Oh my god, that's what? Wow, everything was normal until this happened. What is that? So after knight takes knight, d takes, e5 doesn't win a piece. Because of, like, bishop e5, queen e2, queen e7. I mean, black's play was reasonable until bishop d6. Bishop d6 is crazy. Crazy! Mr. Coffee, tonight, if you're around, I don't know, it'll be afternoon your time. We're hosting our weekly Rapid tournament. Sleazy Sloth Rapid. I meant to. Did I ever link that? I think I did, but I forgot. Yeah. As usual, I'm a little groggy in the morning. Not a morning person. Here we go. Another reason to offer draw whenever I play in the Hungarian Team Championship. Another blunder. You'll be there. Oh my god, man. He has D5. Jeez. Totally missed it. Yeah, objectively, I guess Bishop F4 was a mistake. I should have just played Knight C3. Alright. I don't know. We're a little better. But I'm just trading pieces here. Our pieces are very active, and Black's king is still in the center of the board. Even if the queens are exchanged, White's still better. Wow. Is Black. Did I miss something? It's too early to play chess. I hate morning chess, man, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like playing one game a day in the afternoon. Maybe I'll just play in the World Senior Championship every year from now on. No other tournaments. Jeez, he has this. So it's like a tactical ending. How is he so fast? It's insane that Black survived to a position as good as this from that horrible opening. Wow. I don't know, man. He must have more games, like, under another account or something. 1733 in Bullet is pretty low. Alright. God, we don't talk about that here. We don't talk about that site. That's why we're playing here, because we don't play there. Alright. The evil chess site. No. We're not going to talk about that. It's irrational to hate things. Interesting. I've never heard anyone say that before. I must be really irrational because I hate a lot. I hate a lot of things on a regular basis. What is it with me? I think it's like COVID or something. Like the pandemic just did something to me. Being locked up for like 2 years made me hate things a lot more. All right. It's all about time. The important thing is that you move fast. Remember, time is the most important thing. No, I mean the weird thing about like my game with Klaus Bischoff was like every time he like start to like be angry with somebody, he would win. He was angry at me for looking at his board, and then he beat the guy, and then he was angry at the spectator. I guess it depends on you. You know, masturbate. It depends on the person. Some people are motivated by like hate and anger. Other people are. It totally it's dependent on your personality. It doesn't work like that. That like playing angry or playing upset never works. It seems to motivate some people, like hating their opponent. For players like Fischer and Kasparov, I think like Kasparov was famed for being kind of nasty at the board, just staring at the opponent, being kind of intimidating, but not as bad as some people. I don't know. For some people, yeah, being upset is a real problem. This guy is just way too concentrated on playing fast. Too much bullet chess, bad for your game. This ending is probably winning for white, but not that simple. Alright, let's see. There. Immobilize. I don't know. I don't know. With me, it's complicated. I think when I dislike my opponent, it goes both ways. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it's worse. I know one thing, though. I don't play very well against my people I like my friends and stuff. This guy's got some good endgame technique. For a 918. But you shouldn't play this fast when you're playing a 7+5 time control. Oof, that's not good. Yeah, we don't want to defend passively. He just lost. His last chance was to continue to play forward. Yeah, I mean, there might be a small chance that black can hang on here. I mean, I'm not 100% sure it's winning. I have a better structure, pawn up, but you're fairly active, I mean, maybe white's winning, but I have to be very accurate. Apparently I made a mistake there. Actually, rook a4 was a blunder, so I'm not winning according to the engine. I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say, it's not a table base, but apparently rook a4 was a blunder. Wow. What am I supposed to play? I mean, that was my whole plan. Here, I thought that was black's best move. I should just take the pawn? Take on g5, okay. But what does that do? I mean, why is this so great, for example? I thought about it, but I didn't think it, helped me. Take, rook takes c5. Takes a2. I didn't want to lose my queenside pawns. Yeah, this is very technical. I don't know, guys. But why is rook a4 so bad? Yeah, this is your fatal mistake. So g takes f4. I would take probably with the king. I'm not sure it's that easy to win. I mean, rook d7 was a losing move. Alright, Husky, 2 mids, Johnson, and Johnson. What about my official chess stats? It's not a subscriber, right? If you're a subscriber, I'll play first. Husky. My computer is not capable of doing two things at the same time. Analyzing and streaming. Weird openings Wednesday. Knight f3 is the most difficult. It's the most difficult move to get an interesting game against, I think. With d6 we have interesting possibilities, like a lot of transpositions. It's okay, Husky, you don't have to play weird openings. It's my job. Owen's defense is b6. Husky just like plays a random move. I'll just play a random move. Okay, a4. Space. The final frontier, right? A lot of Mr. Spock quotes today. Inducing bishop takes f3. Alright, so I put my pawn on a5. What does that have to do with anything else? E takes. What's our best setup now? Well, he can't play c4. Well, he can, but it's probably not as good. C3 based pawn structure for white. Possible bishop here. Possible bishop here. Keep in mind, I don't have a white squared bishop, and that's the most important feature of this position. That will define this game to some degree, I think. The light squares. This is a problem in some cases. I want to be able to protect that pawn if he comes out here, say, to attack b7. I don't have a white square bishop, so I'm going to need, to protect with the queen, something along those lines. This also cuts down this diagonal. He played bishop d3. Okay, not a problem. We're going to play for control of what? Of the dark squares? g6. What about the center? What about the E file here? We're thinking in terms of strategy. Chess strategy. g6. Do I do learn 25 pH? Welcome. You're trying to get used to this pawn structure. Bugs Bunny. Man. I mean, I get games like this. Sometimes, what is it? The structure happens in the B3 Nimzovich opening. I play bishop g4 and bishop takes f3. It's hard to get a dynamic game against knight f3, and that's why this Wade defense, or whatever you call it, makes some sense. Speaking of the Caro-Kann, it is a little like a Caro-Kann now. Yeah. My position looks like a space shuttle. We have a space shuttle formation. Not traditional car pawn structure. Rook e1. The pieces should be placed safely behind. Stay behind the red line. Stay behind the pawn structure. There it is, c3. We knew that was coming. Okay. If knight d7, I don't like this e6 pawn, man. We need to get our king out of here. I mean, he might do some kind of crazy ideas. As I said, the light squares, because I don't have a light square bishop, that defines the position, I think. You know, what's the major difference here? Structure and the fact that white has a light square bishop that I don't. But it's not easy business to play for a win against knight f3 with the black pieces. I know, because I play knight f3 a lot. It's really the hardest opening to get something dynamic against. English is bad too, but not quite as bad as knight f3, it seems like. If white plays knight f3 in the first move and wants to play a boring game, it's hard to... not that Husky's boring. I mean, he doesn't play a boring game. He just has a kind of simple opening. Wow, h4. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's psychopathic. Wow. What happened if I play knight f5, bishop g5? Gonna make me think now. That's psycho. Who would play h4 in that position? Like, that is not a move that too many people would play, to be honest, in this position. That's really nuts. Wow. I don't know what to say, boys and girls. I don't know where to start. I do need to develop my pieces, however, and I don't really like h5. If I could take it. taking is an option. Wow, that's your king over there. Just saying. I played this guy in Italy who's the guy who wrote a book about playing the hippo or whatever. He was kind of unfriendly, and he didn't play the hippo. Alright. H5, bishop g5. Can I take on h5? You gotta like developing pieces, right? It's not a hippo. This is like a hippo formation in a way, but I mean, in the hippo, you fianchetto both bishops. I think the most important thing defining the hippo formation is the double fianchetto. You know, this is not a double fianchetto. I just traded my bishop on f3. If you play h5, I mean, are you bluffing? Can I just take it? Is there a reason why I can't just take it? I'm going to seriously investigate that possibility. Investigations. No. You are not putting a knight on e4 or c4. If you play h5, I'm going to take it. Now the situation has changed. He's just migrating over there. I can play e5 too early. I'm running out of time. Alright. Whatever. Husky drew this like parallel to the EF Caro. He's like pretending to play the EF Caro with white. I mean, is that what you're doing here? Are you serious? You're like playing the Caro-Kann with white. And then so you did h4 because that's like a move in the EF Caro or something. That's weird, man. I was gonna take on h5 until I castled. Everybody I play like, they play really fast. They don't like thinking. It seems like thinking is like totally underrated. I mean, why would you play chess if you like thinking, right? There's lots of other games we could play. Trivial Pursuit, Bingo, Monopoly. All I need is my 5 seconds per move. Just saying, like, generally speaking, internet chess has changed everything where people are playing ridiculously fast time controls. I don't know. I can maneuver my e7 knight to f5. This is really boring. It's like the Caro-Kann against the Caro-Kann, you know. You cross the line of demarcation with a drone strike, bishop g5. What am I supposed to do again? Dude, computer would be all over like h6 prem. Alpha Zero always puts his pawns like on h6. Creates like mating threats. I think there's a lot of upside to h6. You've got to think in the long term, man. His play is very systematic, powerful. But I don't like to play this kind of game. I mean, this is boring. This is like horrible for a stream game. We just don't have enough time to play strategically. Jesus, I knew that queen would be a problem. This knight on g4 is really weird. I'm just like moving back and forth. In case you haven't noticed, queen c1. This position is like impenetrable. What I mean, what an amazing coordination for white. Rook a1. I can't do anything. I just want this game to be over, man. It's like horrible to play this position. White's slightly better. There's nothing to do. For either side, it's very hard. You know, what are you going to do? You're going to play g4 or b4. If you don't have a break and I don't have a break, then nobody can win. You know, if I break, I lose my white squares. If I ever do this or this, the only way to like break white's position, I mean, maybe I could play b5 actually, but again, it's contingent on the light squares. How do I make progress here? You know. Well, I mean, I'm not sure that white is even better objectively. I guess the bishop on h8 isn't great. I should probably have it on like f8. I have my bishop on a bad square, so I guess white is better. But it's very hard for either side to do anything. White had 0 inaccuracies the entire game. Black with 1 inaccuracy. How do you have a blunder, though? Your blunder is like taking a draw. Yeah, I didn't understand why you didn't play Rookie 2, actually. This is like logical, playing it like an exchange French or something. But you still don't have a way to break through, you know, even if you... And why would I play C5? I mean, it's stupid. I'm just gonna move back and forth. I mean, how does White... You know, White has to find a way to win here. Not so easy. 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 1 blunder. The blunder... But why is this such a blunder? Just because you allowed the 3-fold repetition? Yeah. His blunder is allowing a 3-fold repetition. And see the win. No, there is no win. You're just better. You blundered by allowing a 3-fold repetition. Okay. With a perfectly good move. But I mean, that's what you get for playing knight f3 on the first move on Weird Wednesday. No, you should have doubled the rooks on the e-file. I thought you would do it. But it's like 40 moves to try to win that position exactly. If you want to try to win that position, it's not the kind of position that we want to be playing in like 7-minute game. Because it's just going to get completely random. You need a lot of long-term strategy there. Play Kasparov. Alright. You might switch to e4. You're always complaining you get the black pieces. I'm weak, and I get black. I'm weak too. Play the Peart's defense. Dude, you know what's scary? Like 49% of voters in Georgia wanted Herschel Walker to be a senator. That's not normal, man. That guy was like a walking clown show. I mean, it's embarrassing. That's seriously embarrassing, man. I'm glad I don't live in the United States anymore. Well, yeah, we have our problems here. The Hungarian government is pretty bad. I really shouldn't complain. But, you know, it's scary, man. The complete idiot would generate like 49% of the vote in an election like that. The guy, like, you know, realistically couldn't graduate from high school. He probably didn't, you know, they probably just like waved him through because he like was a football star. If you think about it, like seriously, he probably couldn't have graduated from high school. He's so stupid. You made an experiment. You created a new account to see how well I do with white and black. 100 games, 44% win rate with white. Oh, that's weird. Although, you know, that's from a statistical standpoint, Husky, it's probably not, you know, significant. Well, it might be, but it might not. I mean, there's no way to know for sure that that result is statistically significant. It's like coin flips. You need to play like thousands of games to be sure about that, objectively. It's also, you know, there's also this sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, if you're expecting a certain, to find something, you'll probably find it. If you're looking for the results to be a certain way, you're more likely to get them. But I mean, likely there's some truth in it. My personal opinion about white and black is that with black, people's opening repertoires are better worked out. Oftentimes, confirmation bias. Mr. Coffee is a statistician, so you can ask him. My favorite sandwich. Russian dressing. I remember that. The statistician had Russian dressing. Alright, what are we doing here? F4. Vlad Rubenchik. I had games like this with black. In the high school, I played, up until around 1991, I was playing the Peart's defense. Not a lot, but sometimes. Peart's was like my backup E4 defense. I played the Sicilian, the Caro-Kann, and the Peart's. But the Peart's, I played quite a while, but eventually I gave up on it. I probably have marginally better score with black in the last, let's say, 20 years. Also, but I attribute it to my openings not being as well worked out with white. Also, I'm more of a counterattack oriented player, so I counterattack well, but I don't attack. If I'm the first one, if my opponent's just sitting there and I have to attack them, I'm not as successful as when it's my opponent attacking me and then I'm counterattacking. I'm not good at just straight up attacking. I'm not as good at straight up attacking as I am at countering the opponent's attack. This looks really good for white. We have guinea pigs, and the guinea pigs are downstairs making this. They're begging for food. They have this cry they do. I can hear them. Guinea pigs are funny animals. Really highly recommend them if you're looking for a pet, especially for lower maintenance and that's kid friendly. Guinea pigs are awesome. I should put them on the stream once. I don't like black's position here, man. Play Jan Timman. You want to get a dog? I used to deal with dogs in my previous life. I hated walking 3 large dogs. I was traumatized by it. I like dogs, but I just don't. It's a lot of responsibility having a dog. You gotta be able to. Dogs are high maintenance. All right, knight takes b6. You think guinea pigs would be really not interactive, but they're pretty funny, man. They have personalities. Alright. They can really scream too. They demand their food. Food now. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I'm walking right into bishop a6. So b3. b3. Hey, let's weaken the long diagonal. This is an issue. A serious issue. I'm not concentrating well. Take. Let's destroy my pawn structure, boys and girls. Take. Knight d7. Queen d6. Oh my god. Take. F5 is always possible. There's so many options here, I just don't know where to start. Take on e5 and push to d5. Man, this position is driving me crazy. There's so many things I can do. How do you decide on a plan here? Knight c4 is a problem, though. He actually has that even immediately. But what about knight d5? I'll take with the bishop on d4. You know, it's an interesting thing in the kings in the Fianchetto versus the Pierts. It's funny how oftentimes, like in the King's Indian, you would take with a knight on d4, but a lot of times in the Pierts, it's better to take with the bishop. Yeah, I had this yesterday. Someone was talking about a friend that has a pet rabbit, and it was almost like a dog. It like follows you around and stuff. That's exactly, yeah, that's true. I think rabbits is the next step up from like guinea pigs. Yeah, they're probably more intelligent, advanced guinea pigs. Although I don't know about rabbits, like as far as like biting goes. What I like about guinea pigs is that they never bite. Other types of like rodent like pets do bite. Like gerbils are vicious. Obviously, like mice and rats can bite. I always was under the impression that rabbits can bite, you know. And obviously they have big teeth, so not biting is important consideration with pets, obviously. I imagine, yeah, rabbit bites can be pretty nasty. Those big bunny teeth. Guinea pigs like just don't bite at all, unless it's like accidental. Like they think you're food. You're putting food in their mouth. I imagine they could if they wanted to. They're really passive. They're like, what am I gonna do here? Queen c1 doesn't do anything, does it? Strategy. Speaking of Bugs Bunny, strategy. That's how we got on this Bugs Bunny thing. The bunny discussion. Take. E6. Rook takes e6. There's nothing for me. It sucks. I have a good position, but no plan. Oh, now I did it. Damn it. Oh, rabbits scratch. I didn't realize. Maybe you should trim their nails more often, Asterbate. Jesus. You have a rabbit, right? I forgot Asterbate has a rabbit. He's always pulling it out of his hat. Alright, guys. I'm just not here today. Here today, gone tomorrow. I upped the screwed. Yeah, Prem is like tactically oriented. It's a total disaster to give him my dark square bishop. Didn't want to do that. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. It's a total disaster. I don't want to give up my dark square bishop for nothing. You know, I'm lucky that I'm not lost here. Why don't you start playing like the Philidor or something? He doesn't play the Pierce, by the way. But no matter how many times I do this against him, he just allows it every time. He thinks the Pierce is the King's Indian. But slowly he's played so many Pierces now, he's getting used to it. The Pierce and the King's Indian are not the same opening. Notice I don't have a pawn on c4. There you go. Particularly relevant here. Where are you getting all these Star Trek quotes from, Masturbate? Remember when you have a white square bishop to put your pawns on dark squares when it's possible. When in doubt. Alright. Alrighty. The only thing saving me is his crappy knight. Almost never in a good position on b6 in queen pawn games. Actually, any games. It's sometimes in the Najdorf, sometimes in the... you know, you said that the other day, but I still think the Philidor is... We had this discussion yesterday, or Monday. I still think the Philidor... It's not really fair to compare it to the London. I mean, Philidor may not be a great opening, but it can be... I mean, it's different. It can be very flexible. London is like a... Yeah. It's like playing mindless chess. The modern London. Can I move my rook off of a1, by the way? Like yesterday or something? I meant to play rook a5 at some point. I probably should have played it right away. Whoa. That's crazy, right? I think Prem is just out of practice. Yeah, I had a friend that would call the pizza crust, he calls it the bones, the pizza bones. It's pretty funny. See, that was a blunder. Another blunder. No, not really. Alright. Luckily it's not a blunder. It was close, though. Yeah, don't you hate those people that do that? They, like, pile up the pizza crusts on their plate or whatever? The bones of the pizza. Three connected pass pawns. we're gonna do it. What? You refuse? I refuse. He refuses on principle. Well, I can't say I saw that. He just likes moving fast. In time pressure. It doesn't matter how many pawns you're down or whatever. As long as you have more time than the other player. That's the important thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I'll mess it up, don't worry. Yeah, this is definitely... Wake me up when it's over. I'm just gonna take a little nap now. He's not big on resigning. Once Alex Scherzer made me play this out till a few moves before mate, that was a little surprising. So how does this work exactly? I think my pawns are pretty far up there now. It's going to be hard to stop them. Well, I do think the rook pawn, two connected pawns is a little trickier. But he should definitely resign this. There's no reason to play this out. We're just wasting time. Alright. Dumitz. Yeah, I messed up there. Allowing c5. Schumacher. We got another hour left, so maybe I'll wake up and play some good chess. I don't think you should allow the Pierts if you don't know the Pierts. Stop You got to pay attention to the move order in the opening. If you intend to play the King's Indian, it doesn't mean you need to play the Pierce. You need to play like d5 if I'm threatening to play e4. Prevent me from playing e4. The other option is to really study the Pierce. I mean, if you want to play Black Side of Fianchetto Pierce, okay, but you have to really know what you're doing. It's not as good as the King's Indian. It's just not as good as the King's Indian, you know? I've done that against you multiple times now. Okay. Yeah, we'll try something. Try something different. Differente. Benoni. Snake Benoni. I'm sure that I've played every opening against Prem. He's now up there, by the way. 256 games. I think that against Sumahara, I mean, I think you have like maybe the 4th most games against me at this point. Morales, Acerbate is like number 2 now, with close to 300. And Muleskinner still has quite a few, but I think slowly, like, Sumahara is going to overtake Muleskinner because he's playing me on a regular basis. You probably had the 4th most games of anyone against me now. Thank you, Prethia. F4. What happens if F4? Son of my beep. Alright. Yeah, bishop d3 looks like a good move. Developing, allowing for knight e2 or knight f3, depending. Well, one thing's for sure, Acerbate has the record number of losses. You hold the record number of losses against me? I don't think Morales has that many losses. Damn. Can't go wrong with rook e8 here. Can you? Well, can't go wrong with this idea. I was preparing to play the Brazilian Grandmaster Darcy Lima with white. And honestly, I had this problem with a couple of opponents who played kind of bad openings. He would occasionally play the Snake Benoni, but I don't really know. I've never had an over-the-board game with the Snake Benoni, and I was like, you know what? I really am not sure what the best line is for white. And I didn't have that much time to prepare, so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna... I really don't want to face an opening, even if it's a bad opening, unless I'm well prepared. There was this woman I had to play who played Alyakin's defense with e6 instead of d6. And I was like, this is ridiculous, you know? I mean, this has to be bad for black. But I didn't have, like, all day to figure out how to refute an offbeat opening, so I just decided not to play e4. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm afraid of the e6 Alyakin's defense. Knight f3c. Now, I expected knight e2 here. c4 doesn't do anything. So I have to go here. Or bishop c7. Better to go to c7 because if I go to f8, I'm like jammed up and I've got no knight here, knight here. The ultimate snake Benoni. I think bishop g5 is good or fine. It's fine and good. That's all fine and good, man. Son of Snake Benoni. Snake Benoni, although not a great opening, it's one of those openings that like no one knows how to play against. Because like how often do you face it? So its results are probably better than they should be. Like I said, I figure it's a bad opening, but I don't have time to like worry about it. So when you play it, you know, as long as it's a surprise, I think it's good. If the opponent has time to prepare, I would imagine like there's some lines in the Snake Benoni that are bad for black. You know, white can probably get a serious advantage if he plays accurately. This was pretty much like similar to what I looked at. It's a good thing Excel Poker's not here. We have a similar structure in a correspondence game. I just remembered, oftentimes black does like bishop a5, but there's no rush. No, seriously, I was like, okay, the Snake Benoni sucks. And then I thought about like playing it, I'm like, well, I can't play the white side unless I actually know what I'm doing, even if it does suck. e4, knight f6, e5, knight d5, d4, e6. I was like, you know, WTF. That's crazy. This woman plays that, and I didn't take it on. But I mean, I was surprised. If you look at Aliakin's defense with e6 with the computer, it's surprisingly resilient. It seems like it's crazy. Like black doesn't even try to undermine the central pawn on e5. It's got to be worse than the Snake Benoni. Okay, now what do I do? What does bishop a5 even do? I have to do knight f8 and get smoked. Oh yeah. There's always g5, right? My friends who play the Benoni from my team, kind of coffee house, I just, you know, you just don't really want to play the g5 in the Benoni. What's up, Chess Zebra? Chess Zebra with Cheer 1 badge. You've overdone it. Make sure you report that on your income taxes. You mean Carlson does a similar thing too, right? He plays slightly offbeat variations. Yeah, I feel like Carlson's very smart about his choice of openings. He's constantly weaving and dodging and playing different stuff. Never too predictable. Dodging and weaving, technically. Yes, and he does play slightly offbeat stuff on a regular basis. Take, for example, his playing the like Norwegian variation or whatever. Norwegian Rat. You got stuff like that. He'll play knight g8, Aliakin. So he has shown a willingness to play really slightly dubious openings. I think the important thing is like you know what you're doing, even if it's bad. if you know it, it's okay in most cases. Of course, you don't want to like play the snake Benoni and have your opponent like preparing for the snake Benoni all night. I mean, if we know it's coming, then it loses its value. Bishop f4. I saw this Darcy Lima game when I was preparing for him, and his opponent just played really badly with white. I mean, there were like knights flooding into f4, and black started to get like a big king side attack. I was like, you know what, I don't really feel like letting that happen. And I don't have all day to study the freaking snake Benoni. Okay, nice play here by white so far. The guy did like g4 at some point. The guy. Yeah, I'm not believing this. Queen d2. Then we have the bishop a5. Actually, g4. No, this is not necessary. It was something very similar to this. Yes, sirree, Bob. It's funny, like, where does his knight go? What does the dog say? He goes back, like bishop g4, bishop g4, bishop e2. The fact of the matter is that white just doesn't have a place to put the knight. First off, I do think the e5 pawn sacrifice was interesting last move. I mean, queen d2, right? There's no... It's not a fianchetto. You're not threatening, like, bishop h6. I've got this. But I thought he could sack a pawn maybe with e5. I don't know. This is a nice creative idea. Well, now he has a square. And the G file. Wow. Yeah, that's not cool. Wow, that's nice. That's a nice. That's disturbing. Take there. Uh-huh. It's a great move, king h1. Jeez. I am not at all happy about that. Not happy. Trying to put pressure on the center here. If I take on f3, I strengthen his center and he just goes rook g1. It's a total fail. You're welcome to play knight g1, and then I'll have to go back. Was he going to sack a piece on h6? f5. c4. c3 po. Actually, c4, he just retreats his bishop back. Doesn't do anything. Wow. Oh, he has F3. Oh my god. Damn. I didn't see it. He saw it. God damn it. Bishop F3 check. Where am I going? Oh, my knight needs a retreat square. Is that what you're saying? My knight needs a retreat square. Oh. Then we're gonna go home. I admit I have to go back. Fully sounding the retreat. Damn, dude. Look at that pawn mass he's got there. Wow. Unbelievable. Can I sacrifice a piece somewhere? Please? He's a strategic genius. Oh, my pawn. Oh, my pawn. That's unfortunate. Oops. Didn't even want it. He did not want it. That's a blunder. He's a freaking genius, this guy. Oh my god. This is out of control now. You've gotten out of control. He's out of control good. Finally. An error. Wow, okay. What am I doing? Traded his dark square bishop. Yeah, I mean, I was in trouble, man. He had the huge wedge on the king side and that pawn chain. Yeah, h4. I don't know. h4, I had a move. There was a last trick for me. You know, if he does h4 here, I have knight h3, by the way. So h4 isn't as good as you think right away. He could play maybe queen g3, but I still have that. It's not so simple. If we go back another move, or two moves, if he takes on d6, I take on a g4. So how does the computer feel about this? White looks better strategically, but it's still close. Sloppy game, but no blunders by me. Do mids. Hey, it's Miro is here. Alright, subscribers get first choice. First choice. Oh, man. Hey, it's Myro. Yeah, it wasn't a bad game for the Snake Benoni. Alright, we gotta do something about this. Hey, it's Miro. I never play Scandinavian against him. I just realized. I rarely play the Scandinavian these days. So bad. I used to love to play this opening. I don't know why. Yeah, 2 streams today. Tonight is our weekly rapid tournament. Snake. I just want to sound like a snake due to the Snake Benoni. Tonight is, yeah, and also guys, please submit sneaky. Please submit games for analysis for tomorrow night. Astrobate, we're expecting a game from you. Sumer, we're expecting a game from you. This is not. Oh, man. Yesterday, I was sitting in this room where people were watching the World Cup, and my chair was facing the wrong way, and I had to like turn my neck to watch the TV, and nothing like having a neck pain while you're trying to turn around and watch TV. It was really painful. Alright, so C5. I forgot. I'm supposed to play knight D5 here. Wait, what? Take, castles. Take, knight C6. I forgot what I was supposed to do. Castle. Man, Hayes Miro knows theory in the obscure Scandinavian. That's unusual. I haven't played this in ages. Bishop G4. I believe that my last game in this was against someone on Sound in a stream simul game or something. And it's hard to believe he even knows this. It's Miro even knows this. I mean, who knows how to play the white side of the knight f6 Scandinavian? I lost to this Hungarian IM Varadi Victor in this line about 9 years ago or 8 years ago in the Hungarian Team Championship. Then we followed that game against someone on Sound to a degree. The Konstantin Maslak defense. I think knight c6 is the only move that gives black chances to equalize here. I can't remember what happened now. Oh, he knows that too. Wow. That's a very positional line for white. Normally, Hayes Miro is very tactical. How do you know this line? How do you know this? Seriously. E5. What's up with E5? E5 bishop G5 is a thing, right? That's okay though. I mean, what else would I do? B6? B6. b6 is the other option. It's not very effective. I'd say we go with e5. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole idea. But he stopped bishop g4. If you're going to play knight c6, you need a break, and there ain't no c5, so it's not the Grunfeld. Give me a break. How does he know this variation? Who you ever had this position before? Hey, Esmiro, it's practically impossible. Like, there are very few people in the world that play this line. And certainly not on Lichess. I used to play it a lot, especially in Blitz. But I'm like one of the only title players. I'm probably one of like 5 title players in the world who used to play this. I mean, the Knight f6 Scandinavian is just not great. Probably he's got the best line. There are a lot of, that's the other problem with Knight f6 Scandinavian though. There are so many good lines for white. This is just one of 10 different good variations, but it's probably the best. I mean, objectively. Seems like ideal system. But not everyone plays, by the way, like c5 there. I mean, it's probably not number one move. Objectively, like h3 immediately. No, I'm out of book. I don't know what to do. We can try to blockade, I guess. It's the Grunfeld. It's a demented Grunfeld. Man, my neck is killing me here. I got a muscle cramp. I need a professional massage. Alright, muscle. Knight a5 with the idea of b6, maybe. Good thing Camel Culture's not here to be like, Saji plays the Grunfeld in every game. White's space advantage counteracts my, structural advantage. If it pleases master. Dude, you're like Gollum. I just realized Asterbait is basically Gollum. Alright, b6. My precious. Uh-oh. Yeah. You gotta keep that knight protected. Now he has bishop d2. Master. No easy wins, Aspey. I want to see a good quality game for your submission. Don't be results oriented. No 6-move mate allowed to be submitted this week. Where your 300 rated opponent blundered mate in 6. I want to see a real quality game. Tonight we have a tournament. 7 rounds. Mother of all bishops. D1. That was the plan anyway. Fix it and forget it. With fix it in. But Hayes Miro is getting stronger. He's been tough. He reads my mind too. Why are you always finding the good moves, man? Open mind. Keep an open mind. You're threatening something? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? Okay, C6 is an option. It's a little ugly, isn't it? F6, weakening my kingside, blocking my bishop, but the knight on E5 is evil. The evil. Get out! I'm not going to give you my dark squared bishop. Oh, he has knight d7. Watch out for knight d7. Knight c4, challenging my a5 knight. That's funny. Stop challenging my a5 knight, man. How dare you? You think like I'd be thrilled with this deal. I should be, objectively. White's still better. It's scary, man. You're back. Black should be fine here, but I feel like I'm still worse. It's ridiculous. Knight takes c4, bishop takes c4. What do I do? King h8, queen b3. White's control of the center is better than black. It's crazy. I almost want to play like knight to c6 here. But things could get out of hand if I do that. I think we're going to need to play king h8 at some point. I am not liking this though. Not particularly. c6. Reinforcements. I thought I blundered. Oh my god, I'm like hallucinating. Damn. Still better. We're gonna be like, do you know how in normal countries food would be named chicken with potatoes? Germany has potatoes with chicken. Bishop f1. Whoa. Seriously? I think he made a mistake with bishop f1. That doesn't seem right. Do we go with the queen side? This is risky. I'm very surprised by bishop f1. He had like queen b3 or something, challenging my bishop on d5. White would still be better. Now I stay with the strong bishop on d5. I mean, you can't live with that. How can you survive with my bishop on d5 like dominating the board? This is his only error thus far. Bishop on d5 is just a superstar. Can't leave it there. You had to trade at some point, but I think you're better. Here, after c6, queen b3, you know, and then I'm just slightly worse. Right. Oh my god. You give him all this advice about challenging my bishop on d5, and what does he do? Challenges my bishop on d5. God damn it, Jerry. But it's different now. Now I have a protected passer. So the situation has changed just a little. Rook a7, rook e8. No. The last best hope for humanity. Wow. D-matic. We got lucky here. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Make sure your stuff is protected. Protected Potzer. Alright, what happened here? I mean, you're just like better. How do you let me win this game? G6, dubious. What the hell am I supposed to play there? Are you kidding me? Okay, so H3 is inaccurate. Wow. Okay, so you don't prevent, you don't prevent E5. It's actually a mistake. Yeah, Varad, he didn't play that. You can play bishop G5 or rook E1. Whatever you play, you have to stop E5. Okay. Yeah, so you actually did make a mistake here. It's funny though, only one player played E5. It's gotta be black's best move. No. Yes. Yeah. No, I looked at this before. I feel like bishop G5, queen D7. White's still better, amazingly. So B6. B6 is like far more passive. This is what I was afraid of. Computer doesn't like that too much. But anyway, this is a great move, knight c4. I think. I messed up with f6. Damn, I have c6. Right after this move. You know, it's subtle. On the surface it looks like, oh, it's no big deal, but it seems like white is still seriously better. I don't like b6 at all, man. We gotta do something about that monolith in the center. Or you're gonna just like get strangled to death. We have to do something. The queen b3 and he's still clearly better. I played an almost perfect game and still my position sucked after move 20. That's why I don't play the knight f6 Scandinavian anymore. He even made a mistake and he still has a huge advantage. Alright guys, Furo Sato was a subscriber, right? Muba, thank you. Thank you for making it all possible. You guys want to play, you know, let's play the elephant. I love the elephant. You're out of theory. You don't know the elephant? Oh my god. Elephant's like better than the Latvian. Elephants never forget. I've only faced the elephant once. So now we go to Jabava. Normally you see a lot of bishop d6 and pawn takes pawn here, but I'm going to transpose to the Jabava gambit. This is like not theoretically correct, but nah, that sucks. He's just transposing back into like a Petrov now with d4. So what does this become? Knight takes e4. What variation of the Petrov is this? e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, d6, knight f3. How does this knight get back on e5? Knight d2. Well, he played that quickly. Yeah, I think that's a theoretical move here. That's that. What would Zlatko Olincic do? See, I play this crazy gambit so I can play a freaking exchange French, you know? My idea of a fun time is playing the exchange French. It's unbelievable. That's my idea of a good time. Damn, dude. Why don't you just play the London system? I tried to play the Elephant Gambit, instead I get like insulted. You've never been insulted like that before? I've got to leave. Man, you've never been insulted at all. Obviously. I've been insulted like thousands of times worse than that, almost on a daily basis. It must be nice. But I don't know if it's insulting. How did I insult you? By saying you should play the London system? Is that a big insult? Alright. I mean, I try to create a crazy position by playing the Elephant Gambit, and I end up with an exchange French. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's just ridiculous. How does that happen? Yeah, but I mean, do you realize how positionally you're playing? I guess you don't realize. Your style of play here is like ultra positional and very safe. I would never guess that you're like a Smith Mora Scotch Gambit style player based on how you played this opening. I think it's absolutely polar opposite stylistically the way you're playing this. Absolutely zero risk. The safest possible moves. Uber correct. I didn't want to play the Petrov, was the point. Yeah, I'm already screwed. Wow. Frank Marshall. Why am I playing f6 every game? By the way. What's going on with that? I didn't expect queen e2. Might be the best move, I don't know. Interesting. I thought queen b3 was scarier. But same basic premise, you're threatening to undermine the light squares in my position. You can play very quickly. Yeah, I would never guess you're a Smith Mora Gambit player. But you know what, maybe you're way more positional than you think you are. You know, I think you maybe don't understand your own style. Maybe you shouldn't even be playing those Gambit openings if you're this solid. And oftentimes we start playing stuff and we don't know our own style. You know, maybe ultimately you should move away from that and play, you know, more steady openings. f6, bishop takes e4, pawn e4, queen c4, check. That's the problem. Let's see, does it work? King h8, knight f7, rook takes, queen takes, pawn takes f3. I'm like getting mated. He doesn't have a lot of pieces left. Or maybe I'm losing in 5 moves. Damn, dude. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. But I mean, crazy how fast you are. I was trying to evaluate this position. You just like played it instantaneously. I probably missed something. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much. You're a really good player, and you just maybe play too fast. Too much bullet. If you slow down, I mean, there's no limit. You could be a very, very strong player. But this is just like, you know, you're playing bullet and I'm playing rapid. Or you're playing 3-0 and I'm playing 7+5. You're basically giving time odds to a title player. Now, which... You're giving me like 2-minute time odds. I mean, I'm giving, you know what I mean? Like, all right, Queen D5. Know what I mean? Am I okay here? Getting back rank mated? I felt like you played a perfect game until, you know, you did that combination that we all saw that doesn't work. Imagine if he took his time. Is there an advantage to concretely knowing what your style is as a player? What do you think, Mr. Coffee? You know, I think it's a philosophical discussion too. The whole, we could have, you know, we could just have a whole discussion about like what is a style, you know what I mean? You want to get like any philosopher started on this discussion. What does it mean? That's like a freaking lecture in itself. What is a chess style anyway? Damn. The other thing that's really impressive about Furuya Sato is like his just general, the level of aggression is kind of over the top. Just goes forward, no fear. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's very hard to define your style. It's taken me like 35 years to understand myself, and I'm still not sure if I do. And you can change. I've changed a lot. So it's like, it's kind of like when people get married when they're young and then they grow apart. I mean, you can kind of do that. You get married to a certain style of openings or whatever, and then you outgrow it. Jesus Christ, this game. I have seen the future and it doesn't look good. Isn't that some sci-fi thing? Alright. Queen F8, maybe? Aspate, don't go there. We don't talk about underwear here. Yeah. Keep it family friendly for the stream. I had some weird dreams last night. I'm trying to play like tournament. I'm trying to play tournament speed chess and my opponent is playing fast blitz. So we're both wrong. I'm too slow and he's too fast, is what happens. Knight d2 is probably white's number one move there, but it might be bishop d3. Look, Mom, more tactics. Something with bishop takes f6. I see dead pawns. So I have two pieces. Two pieces for the rook. Computer is like +3 for black. It always exaggerates the evaluation. Damn. Our opponent does not want to trade queens. Apparently. I wonder why. Look at his ratings. 2,300 in bullet. That's impressive. What's up with knight takes d5? What is up with knight takes d5, my friends? You, I'm like stuttering. Knight takes d5. Damn, dude. The back rank is covered. I guess I should play bishop c6. There's also the possibility of knight f4 there. But I feel like I would end up having to play bishop c6 anyway. Wait. Let me understand this. Knight f4. I feel like my opponent is a genius, but he just doesn't know it yet. Tap into your strengths. Maybe you should start playing the London system. You'd probably be good at it. This is only happening because white just went into like a dark alley for no reason. Going back. Absolutely, no reason to do this. You have queen b3 here. Looks very strong. I was seriously thinking I'm in deep shit after queen b3. You just directly threaten d5. Okay, now I'm about to lose on time. Queen e3. Back rank mate. I don't know. I mean, I gotta go. It's time to go. The alarm is about to go off. So queen b3 is not a problem here. I gotta turn my alarm off. Guys, I gotta go. We will be back tonight. We will be back tonight with the tournament. So queen b3, huh? I was afraid knight e4 was a mistake. Oh, you said rook e1? Yeah, this is the best move. This is very hard for me to meet. I was actually looking at like bishop c7. But I'm like way behind in development here. So queen e2. Surprising mistake. And this looks good, but you just didn't calculate all the way to the end. And you're just lost, you know? And it wasn't even like a game because you had no choice. But the opening was interesting. Like, you just played knight d2 quickly. Wow, Bakro played it. But it was probably a Petrov, not a... Bosiocic Jabavo was the gambit, yeah. So knight d2 is probably White's best move. Yeah, I saw this Bakro game before. He lost to some guy I've never heard of. Did I make a mistake? c5 might be too aggressive. I messed up here. Knight c6 is like the natural move, but I was concerned about how to deal with this pin with bishop g5. Damn. Wow, you gotta go Blackburn style now. Knight e7. That is literally an exchange French. Wow. Allowing this type of thing. Black is clearly better. Okay, that traps your knight. I mean, okay. Knight e7 I just didn't see. And this move prevents queen b3. So I'm not sure. But anyway, interesting game. Alright guys, I gotta go. We'll be back tonight with Sleazy Sloth Rapid. 7 rounds, 7+5 tonight. Stop by, join our team. Thanks everyone for watching. And I will see you tonight. Thank you, Mr. Coffee. Here's the link for our tournament tonight. Hello? Hello? Man, I'm gonna like ban Mubad or something. I'm just like randomly clicking stuff. Kicking and clicking. We'll see y'all later. Bye.